All right, mic check, check, check. Justin Hunt. It's all happening. We're right here with the dynamic duo, fresh off their brand new release, Love the, in parentheses, Ominous World, the incomparable Blu and Exile. 9-second applause.
Ooh. What up, y'all? What up, Justin?
What's going on, fellas? Congratulations on the release.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Man, I always love conversations with you guys, and I'm actually really honored that every time you guys roll out an album, you take time to speak with me. You know, I think, and I listened to this new project, and there's so many connections. There's so many different projects you released previously that, you know, this one really feels like you found a good balance of, you know, some experimental things, but some things that fans love, but also still progressing in your lives and conversations that are taking place. How was it making this or putting this together?
It was super dope. I would say we had more fun doing this record than any other record.
Yeah.
This was the most fun we've had making an album. You know what I mean? And I think it reflects in the music too. You know, I think the music is more not enjoyable, but like it's just more fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think was what was the difference in terms of the amount of fun that you had? Where'd that come from?
I think we did the serious thing, you know what I mean? We know how to be serious, you know, and it was just time to, you know, this time we got up and we didn't take it. I mean, we took it serious, but we didn't like overdo it. We know how to do it, you know what I mean? We know when we want to be serious, we'll be serious. But this time we just decided to have fun with it, man.
Word up. Word up. How would you describe it, this recording process, X?
Yeah, I guess we just kind of have expanded on our creative trust and knew what we had to do to make it happen. And so it made the process of working with each other more enjoyable, you know? Yeah.
I like the details. That was very, very detailed there. No, I'm joking. You know, one thing I'm really excited about, I'm glad that you did, is the song Suge. And you've told that story a number of times about how you almost signed to Death Row. I'm really glad.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you turned that into a song.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah, it was like we were telling the story so much over and over. I was like, let's just make it a song, man. People will stop asking us about it.
You know, the first line, one of the earliest lines in there is so funny when you're like, whatever you do, don't tell them my name is Blu.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, you know, Big Suge. You know what I mean?
Yo, so I guess the question does beg to be asked, because I don't think the song is more about what happened rather than, you know, what if you really did. Because the hook is imagine if I signed to Death Row, imagine if I signed to Suge. What do you think your life would have been like had you done that? Have you really thought about where that journey might have taken you?
I don't know, man. I know that venture that the reinvention of Death Row didn't last too long. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, it was a great roster. Left Eye was on the roster. Crooked Eye was the VP. I mean, Corrupt was the VP. Crooked Eye was signed, but I don't think anybody got a release during that time. You know what I mean? I think because ended up getting locked up again, and yeah, people had to wait years for their music that they recorded during that time period to get released. You know, so you know, I probably would have been shelved somewhere or forgotten or gotten a real job. You know what I mean? You never know.
So it's kind of a blessing the way things turned out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That song sounds so West Coast. And then the song right after it, what's the name of that? The one with Ominous World. Ominous World's right after.
Yeah.
I mean, just like that one feels so classic West Coast, classic gangster rap. And RBX is killing it on there too, man. I mean, I think the bag you guys are in, like I said before, it really captures like the range that you guys have tackled in your careers. And it's really cool to hear how much fun that you guys had. Where do you guys feel West Coast rap is now in the present?
On top of the game. On top of the game. Everybody's been saying it, so it's easy for me to say it. The West just feels like it's on top this year, you know what I mean? I've been hella busy trying to get these releases out myself. So I don't know exactly what. I know Kendrick's been killing it all year. You know what I mean? Schoolboy Q, Vince Staples. You know what I'm saying? We've had a good year this year.
Yeah. How would you describe it, X?
Yeah, man, I've been loving everything out from the West. I think I was happy to be able to have Nana join us on this album. I think he's a great example of the West Coast and LA in particular, just doing his thing. You know, Ab Soul's album was amazing. Schoolboy, of course, TDE, Alchemist. You know, like yeah.
Where do you
Yeah,
guys where do you guys feel you fit in the pantheon of West Coast rap, right? I mean, I look at Blu and Exile and I see, okay, there's at least one unquestionable certified classic. Almost nobody ever gets that far. I look at longevity. You guys are it feels like what? Almost 20 years, 18 years maybe? 18?
Yeah, 17, 18 years. Yeah.
17, 18 years. Your catalog has grown through a series of super highly regarded, if not, you know, I know people have personal classics, but all of your projects are super highly regarded. Most people don't have the same consistency as the two of you. That Miles project that's still in rotation for me, by the way.
Oh, very nice. Come on, man.
You know what I mean? And so, and you guys have made a national and global impact through your music. You know, like when you guys think about the things you have accomplished throughout the course of your career, what comes to mind, and where do you think that you guys fit amongst the legends? I'm asking. I've spoken with both of you long enough and multiple times to know how humble you are. So I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but I really do believe you guys deserve your flowers. Shout out to the Flowers album.
Yeah. Come on, man. I feel like we're like the native tongue family of the West. You know what I mean? Like the Tribe Called Quest of the West or something. You know what I mean? I forgot what was the other question you just asked?
Yeah, I mean, when you guys like,
where do we fit?
Yeah, where do you fit in hip hop? How would you describe that? I know it's an open-ended question, and that wasn't.
Yeah, I would say that's us right there, the West Coast. You know what I mean? The West Coast conscious cats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The West Coast poor righteous teachers.
Word up, yeah.
I mean, Blu encapsulates many different styles, you know, beyond Blu and Exile, you know, like his stuff with Evidence or with Bombay. But like, yeah, with the Blu and Exile stuff, I think with how we work together and how we discuss concepts, maybe at least half the time before the music is even written, it allows us kind of both to have a say in the direction of it. And, you know, I think out of that, we get some songs that might be different from what you'd expect from an LA rap artist. And we just love doing this music so much that we were able to keep this feeling, you know, of love for the music and the culture in our hearts, to be able to, I feel, still come off sounding like we're hungry for this. And, you know, but from a different place, from a more mature place, a mature type of hunger, if you will, you know, where in the past it was just like, you know, we're just coming out the box, you know, Blu's just a super hungry MC. And then now at this point, it's like, we've been in it for this long, and we're putting out an album now. And so that gives us a different type of hunger, if that makes sense. And, you know, I feel like the best of the best in hip hop, they know about our music and they love our music. And where we fit in it is definitely a strange place, because we're not necessarily like as big as them when it comes to fan base, but our fan base is very strong in the sense of them standing by our sides through all these releases. And with this one, we're definitely looking to expand. But we're just happy to be here and happy that our music is being received well.
You guys celebrated the 15-year anniversary of Below the Heavens, what, 2 years? I think 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago.
Yep.
And do you guys ever feel the burden of a classic album?
All the time. All the time, man. I'm always battling myself, you know what I mean? Always battling my older self, my older albums, trying to make something better, at the same time make something different. You know what I mean? I don't like repeating myself or like, you know, doing the same thing over, like but yeah, I'm always battling myself, you know?
Yeah, I think, you know, music is interesting because music is the soundtrack to our lives. As I remember there was a commercial in the 90s that said that. Either way, but music's the soundtrack of our lives. And I think a lot of times music represents where a person is at a certain point in their lives. And, you know, a lot of times in my mind, it feels like trying to outdo a classic album is more difficult because, generally speaking, most of your fans tend to progress in life, and you never know how your new music is going to connect with them. Do you feel like you ever try to you mentioned you tried to outdo your previous work, but is that an easy thing mentally to really process? Like, is it easier to separate, try to do something totally different, or is it okay?
It's easier to do something different than to do something better. You know what I mean? Like when you have something regarded as a classic, sometimes you got to let it go. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't bring it along with you on every journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I try to keep it different. You know, sometimes when it comes to battling it, it's hard to top it. You know what I mean? Because people are connected to it for different reasons. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I know personally, I thought I've topped it many times, many different records. I was like, oh, this is going to be my best record. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't come out that way. You know what I mean? People still, Below the Heavens like grows every year like it just dropped or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's crazy.
I'll be honest, this one is the closest to Below the Heavens that I've heard from you guys.
I've been hearing that. I've been hearing. Yeah.
Especially with the Love is Blue. Love is blue, love is blue, love is. That was really bad. Really bad. 1 second applause. But that was and that's one of the reasons I'm framing this conversation or starting this conversation in this direction. You know what I mean? Because I think that over the, you know, obviously what you described, I would echo from my experiences talking to you guys over each release, but also listening to the projects over each release. I think you guys have experimented in different places and you guys have your sound. But this one actually really feels like like Below the Heaven. Like it's giving me that feeling without you guys necessarily trying to chase it.
I kind of had a little goal in my mind to where we'd be able to do music that, you know, kind of felt like Below the Heavens type of formula, but updated, but also wanted to make it a very LA album. And I feel like we were able to do that.
Right. I mean, this
make it more of an LA album than Below the Heavens.
Like the run between like when you got the run from Smack, Homies, Sugar, Gold, Chuck, Suge Knight, Ominous. That right there feels like it feels like a progressed Below the Heavens. There's more quintessential LA gangster rap sounds in this one, for example, than you find in Below the Heavens. Like that sort of extends the conversation. You know what I mean? But like the soulfulness is there, but then at the same time, just like the hard hitting boom bap, you know, conversations are there. The reverence for your influences and your legacy is all in there. The features are phenomenal on this project. I was shocked at how you guys were able to get so close to that sound, but still not get locked into it.
Yeah. Appreciate that, man.
That was the goal right there. You just summed it up.